So at the beginning of the film, we are shown a group of 6 friends in a deserted place who had come there to shoot a horror video. Here, a sheriff also arrives with his partner David, but seeing these people, they left from here. After finishing their work, this entire group goes back, leaving one couple behind, and this couple starts exploring this place while enjoying themselves. While exploring, the boy runs into a nearby cabin where there were many pigs. He started teasing the pigs with a stick. The pigs got annoyed and started making noise, and in the meantime, a man arrived here making pig sounds. Before these people could turn back and pay attention to that man swings a very large cutter held in his hand and separates this boy's head from his torso. The girl who was standing nearby started screaming in fear and ran inside, while the other man continued moving towards the girl while spinning his knife, and finally, he also killed the girl by cutting her throat. It is revealed that this man who has just committed 2 murders is the son of an old man named Lester, who used to run this pig slaughterhouse. But now his business is completely shut down because now in the modern age, people have started taking processed meat from factories instead of taking meat from slaughterhouses. Lester did not make any upgrades in his work, so his slaughterhouse was completely closed, while in his place, Tom, who is his competitor, his meat factories were at their peak in the city these days, and he now wanted to take Lester's property as well. It is found out that Tom used to work under Lester earlier, but then he set up his own meat factory and introduced modern methods, due to which he was very successful today. Lester's son Buddy, Lester had always kept him with the pigs in his slaughterhouse, so he was no longer normal. He acted like pigs, and he even spoke like pigs. The 2 murders he had just committed were also because both of them were bothering his pigs. Beyond his pigs, he has no sense or understanding of anything. Then when it is morning, it is shown that Lester's competitor Tom has come to his property with one of Lester's friends and a sheriff, so that he can force Lester to sell his property. This friend of Lester's, who had now come with Tom, the same friend had advised Lester to build a slaughterhouse. On his advice, this slaughterhouse of his became successful. In between, he also told Lester to do modern upgrades, but then Lester did not listen to him. That's why that friend now works with Tom. At this time, Tom had brought an offer for Lester to sell his property for only $55,000. Along with this, he could work for him, which would keep Lester getting money, and he could stay right here to live. But Lester refused this offer this time too. Now the sheriff threatened him that if you want to sell now, then sell. Otherwise you haven't paid income tax for a long time, or else next month your property will be auctioned anyway. Lester doesn't pay attention to the sheriff's words either, and goes inside. In such a way, the sheriff also puts a notice of auction on his property. After everyone leaves, he tries to go inside his slaughterhouse, so Buddy, i.e. his son, stops him. Today, for the first time, Buddy was doing something like this. Lester was surprised and went inside quickly, and as soon as he went inside, he was shocked. Buddy had murdered 2 humans and hung them from gallows. Lester screams seeing this and scolds Buddy for what he has done. Seeing himself being scolded, Buddy also gets angry at his dad. Even he picks up his knife to kill his dad, but then thinking of something, he doesn't kill them. A fun thing that happened here was that Lester's anger also subsided, and he praised his son because he had made good cuts on the body. Buddy also became happy hearing his praise, and here something else started brewing in Lester's mind. He told his son that you have to make 3 more such cuts on the bodies of Tom, the sheriff, and their companion. Now Lester tries to prepare a plan here and gets ready himself, after which he called Tom and told Tom that I am ready to take your offer, you just come here to my slaughterhouse. While on the other side we were shown that group of 4 whom we saw at the start of the movie. They were still planning their horror video, and for their horror video these people also go to a shop and take some masks, etc. and decide to come to the slaughterhouse to continue shooting again, where Lester was planning to commit murders along with his son. Scene cuts, and on the other side, Sheriff David is shown. They had received news that a couple had not come home for 2 days. These 2 were the same ones whom he had seen near the slaughterhouse for the last time. That's why he also sets out towards the slaughterhouse for investigation. By the time David reached here, he saw that group of 4 inside the slaughterhouse. Those 4 were shooting their video there, and were doing it so comfortably because Lester had already picked up and hidden the dead bodies of both their friends from there. After shooting, those 4 leave from here and Buddy sees them. While Lester again calls Tom and his entire group saying that you come to meet quickly, I am ready to accept the offer. Here Dave, who had gone inside the slaughterhouse to investigate, saw blood dripping from somewhere. When he looked up, a dead cat was hung up. Actually, this was also bothering Buddy's pigs, so Buddy also killed it and hung it up. Whoever bothers his pigs, he does the same to them. He was afraid that the killer who killed that couple would be right here. He was moving forward with his gun pointed, when suddenly someone ran a cutter and cut off his gun-holding hand itself. This too was none other than Buddy. As soon as the hand was cut, there was a lot of bleeding, and David died on the spot. Right after killing David, Buddy brought his dad, i.e., Lester, by calling him, who became a little tense at another murder happening, but he didn't tell Buddy that. He praised Buddy this time too. Now after a while, finally Lester and Tom's common friend came here, who wanted to talk about the deal itself. Lester was waiting for him eagerly. For him, these people had even done decoration. Dead human bodies were hanging in the whole slaughterhouse, seeing which he too, poor thing, got scared and remained shocked. Before he could plan to run away from here, Buddy, who was hidden above, caught his neck with his hand, and while breaking his entire face with the force of his hand, he killed him here too. After which Buddy's heart was still not full. He still wanted to change something. He took off David's uniform and somehow fit it by cutting it, and then sitting in the same car, he started going from here by driving the car. In his pig-like voice, he was also answering on the police's walkie-talkie. Now on the way, Dave's girlfriend saw this car. She thought that Dave would be in the car, so she had the car stopped, and when she saw, Buddy was inside. She went and sat in her car in horror. But Buddy didn't let her car move forward now and picked up a stone and threw it at her car. To save her life, this girl also got out of the car. She was running, but from behind, Buddy came and caught her, and in a strange way, through his knife, he cut her neck. And here in this way, he committed another murder. After a while, Tom now came inside the slaughterhouse, the same person who wanted to buy the property and at whom Lester was most angry. So now the most horrific death should be his. That's why Buddy put him inside the grinding machine, and slowly his body turned into mince. Now the scene cuts and we are shown those four's group in the club, who repeatedly come to this slaughterhouse to shoot their horror video. They were partying in the club that suddenly the power went out because a very horrific storm had come here. The thundering of lightning was making this storm even more terrifying. So they planned that these people would go to the slaughterhouse again for their shooting because there could be no atmosphere more dangerous than this. In the course of conversation, they had a bet that Sally would stay alone in the slaughterhouse for a whole night because she used to be a little scared. So now after planning all this, these people came inside the slaughterhouse. Now at the time when Sally was standing alone inside the slaughterhouse, both the other boys planned to scare her even more. They wore masks and came near the window to scare her. Sally also got very scared seeing all the sights there because the boy wearing the mask who had come to bother her, Buddy attacked over his head from behind and divided his body into two parts. Now she was worried about her life. When she ran from here, Lester caught her from outside, while Buddy moved forward and killed the other boy of their group too. Lester had killed Sally too. Now the only friend of these four was looking for these four, and when she came inside the slaughterhouse, she didn't understand anything because the dead bodies of her three friends were hanging from the ceiling. Scene cuts and we find out about the sheriff who has received reports of many people missing. First of all, that couple who was seen near the slaughterhouse for the last time. After that, David, who had gone to investigate the murder of that couple but has not returned yet. After that, Harold and Tom. In such a situation, all of the sheriff's suspicion was going on Lester alone. That's why he also goes to the slaughterhouse for investigation, and before going, he also requests backup police for himself. Inside the slaughterhouse, it was shown that these people were torturing the last remaining girl because she was the sheriff's daughter. Now before these people could kill this girl too, the sheriff shouts from behind. As soon as their attention is distracted, the girl succeeds in running away. Now Buddy runs after her to catch her, but then the sheriff fires a shot, being scared of which Buddy ran back. These people have now run and come to the place where they had tied the pigs. The sheriff tells his plan to his daughter that you run away from here, meanwhile I handle both of them. By then, backup police will also come. They had just finished making this plan when Lester came from behind and stabbed the sheriff in the stomach itself. Now before he could attack that girl too, that girl picks up her dad's gun here and shoots him. She sees that the sheriff, i.e. her dad, was still alive. To save him, she could take him to the hospital. She picked up her dad in her lap and moved quickly towards her car. Before she could drive away from here, that Lester again comes in front of their car, whom she was considering dead. She doesn't panic, and while driving the car fast, pushes Lester down with the car and drives her car over his head, crushing his head, and moves forward. Now they felt that these people would be saved, but this was their illusion because Buddy, whom they had not paid attention to until now, was hidden inside their car itself, who finishes this girl here by killing her with his knife, and the movie also ends at this point.